So our 5 rules to chipping are going to be very simple. If I'm across the street and I want the golf ball to go in the air, what do I have to do? If you break it down as simple as possible, I have to hit the ground, right? If I make a stroke over here, and if anybody's been on the golf course, have you ever hit this chip before? Where we hit the top of the golf ball and it rolls all the way across the green. We have to do it again, okay? We're really trying to avoid that. So I would much rather see you make a mistake and make a big old divot and hit too much turf than hit no turf. At least we put ourselves in a position to win, okay? So what we're going to do today, rule number 1, nothing more difficult than we have to hit the ground, okay? As long as we hit the ground, we'll have a good chance to get the golf ball in the air. Number 2, we're going to talk about our weight. I would prefer to see you put a little bit more weight on our front foot. It doesn't have to be perfect, 70-30, 65-35, but the main reason is if we keep our weight on our back foot, we're going to be very inclined to lift up and top the golf ball, okay? So very simple, a little bit weight forward. Number 3, just like when we hit a putt or when we're hitting shots across the street with our coaches, I would never want you guys to make a full swing by going like this, right? Didn't follow through, okay? With our chips, I want you to do the same thing. That full swing, we swing to here, and we swing through to here. Exact same thing. I want you to focus on being equal back and equal through. And that can mean if I'm going to that red flag out there, that I'm back this far and through this far. Or it can mean something as simple if I'm going to the white flag, that I'm back this far and through this far. It doesn't have to be big, but we want to make sure that we are very consistent with our stroke, okay? Number 4, as we talk about it, we really want to think about acceleration, okay? And I emphasize this in 2 ways. Conveniently, there's nobody around, okay? So with this rule, I teach group lessons to a lot of beginning older golfers. And this will happen at least once every time. So we talk about wanting to accelerate through the ball. And I don't mean like across the street where we're trying to hit it as hard as we can. We just want to make sure when we bring that club back and we're going to be equal back, equal through, we just want to make sure we're not slowing down on the way of the ball. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see where we try and accelerate as fast as we can and we're hitting the tent or we're hitting it on the green. We really want to feel like we're just making sure we're not slowing down. Even a shot like this, as short of a shot, as high as this will go, I didn't slow that down necessarily, okay? Don't have to be tons of loft. We just need to make sure we are not slowing down. If we do, we're going to hit a lot of shots that look like this. Anybody done that before? Okay? I know I have. I see Coach P over here is doing it too, okay? And the worst part about that shot is I can guarantee every coach that's here right now has done it in a situation where it's a touchy little shot and they got a little nervous and just for the last second they kind of slowed down and went, oh, what am I doing, okay? So not just beginning golfers do it, everyone does it. So I want you to really feel like we're going to accelerate through, okay? Now, we said rule number 5 was everything, right? We brought a handful of these over. And what we're going to think of it as today is if there's a race between the grip or the handle and the club head, I really, really want you to do everything we can to make sure that the hands get to the golf ball first. And what that means is, as we're getting set up, if we thought of it if I had a grapefruit in between my 2 forearms, when I hit this chip, notice that my forearms don't move very much, right? A lot of times when I see beginning golfers chip, they flip their wrists and we're really trying to lift that golf ball up in the air. We said we want to hit the turf. So I want you to really feel like we're holding this position, like we're squeezing that grapefruit through there, okay? And as we hit this shot, if we freeze, the hands get to the golf ball first, okay? And if we're having a hard time when we're going around the coaches, what we're going to really work on, if we see this where we're flipping our wrists and trying to hit it in the air, we're going to take this and we're going to put it against your golf club and we're going to run it underneath our left arm. And what we really, really want to hope is that we can get comfortable making chips where we extend it and hold that V in my forearm, and this is away from our body. What do you think is going to happen if I flip my wrist? It's going to hit me, okay? So it'll hit us in the side right here. We want to avoid that. We'd love to get in a position where we can hit chips Well, hopefully look better than that, right? Like I said, everybody's going to chunk a few. What we want to feel like is that we're holding this, hands are ahead, and that's going to happen for us, okay? We want to hold that position. So we have 5 rules, right? Remember number 1? What do we do to get it to go in the air?
Hit the turf.
Good job. We hit the turf, okay? Number 2 involves our weight. Do we want more back or more forward?
Forward.
Forward, okay? Number 3, just like a putt, we are...
Consistent front, consistent through.
Yeah, same distance. Equal back, equal through. Number 4, accelerating. Number 5, we want what to get there first? Club head or hands?
Hands.
Hands, absolutely. Okay? And so again, if you haven't chipped a lot, like I said, just start with a pitching wedge or somewhere in the middle. Grab a pitching wedge, something basic. If you have played a little more golf, I'd like to see you try that 7-iron and hit a couple of those low bumps. But just because I have a 7-iron in my hand, it doesn't mean that I don't still want all of those rules to still apply when I'm hitting these chips. Okay? I know that was me talking a lot, but let's get out there. Let's hit a couple. We have